So that naturally brings us to the next foundation, which is data, right? So no matter how sophisticated your agents are, they can only be as intelligent, safe, and scalable as the data they operate on. Irina, Salesforce talks a lot about embedded data, right? What does that look like in real world environments, and why is it essential for scalable agent force adoption?
Absolutely. So, with this AI revolution and evolution, I would say, there is a very explicit focus on obviously the x-axis, right? Maturing your AI solution. But wait, we just said that your AI is only as smart, is only as good as your data. And I know if I would survey participants on this call, very few hands would go up that said that have very, very, very mature data. And when I work with the customer, they're like, well, then I can't do any of my AI work until I clean up all my data. So should we all pack and go home and kind of finish this webinar right now? And the answer is no. This is a side step. As you mature your AI solution, you equally mature and progress your data. Salesforce has the tools, the capabilities, such as Data Cloud, to help facilitate that data maturity. However, it doesn't take away from the need for every organization to have a data strategy. And no, you don't have to boil the ocean because it's impossible to boil the ocean. Frankly, very time consuming. So as you zero in on that first use case that maximizes and aligns to your business value, identify what is that set of clean data that you need to deliver on that use case. In parallel, progress on that data maturity model from the inception all the way to embedded to help you have that data clean to support every next use case that comes along. And this way, you're going to be progressing with AI. You're going to continue with AI adoption. You're going to be proving success of AI and agentic AI. And with that, incrementally maturing and cleaning your data when you get all the way to embedded.
Right. I thought data hygiene often sounds like a foundational concept, but it's usually where the problems starts to occur,
Correct.
right? What are the biggest hygiene gaps you see during early agent force pilots?
Uh, Duplication of records. When companies have, let's say, a lot of products, many of the product descriptions sounding similar, so AI might get a little bit confused. Also, the type of, so the way we have information structured up to this point was for human consumption, right? We write article, knowledge article. Well, AI consumes information differently. So to maximize AI output, the information needs to be presented in the format that is best suited for AI consumption. So those are some of the kind of the data cleanliness, the duplication of record, data accuracy, and making sure like maintaining data is also hard. Making sure the data is accurate and up to date, that it's structured in a way that is maximized for AI consumption, right? And also those kind of large video files or PDFs that again aligns with maybe not the best way for AI to consume it.
Totally agree, Irina. I think just to add to this, so in general, I feel the data itself is not bad, but it's probably either incomplete, inconsistent, or something that cannot be consumed by the AI, as you mentioned, or it can be even ungoverned, is what I feel that, okay, because AI does not know what is governed, what is not governed, and all that, right?
Correct.
You have to put those guardrails and all. Specifically in CRM perspective, in some of the implementations that I've seen, and in fact, Salesforce actually launched this tool, Data Cloud, which they renamed to Data 360, where
Mm-hmm.
specifically around, let's say, customer profiles. So they were all fragmented. There can be like the identities, different identities of customers across different uh, places in the enterprise itself through different tools and all. It might be setting in different systems, different accuracy. So again, the AI or the agent force would not know uh, what is right, what is not right. So maybe fixing those fragmented customer profiles is something which I have seen where agent force gets stuck. Similarly, like you mentioned, data can be outdated or stale. So if the agent is giving you outdated information, the end users actually lose the trust very quickly. And so you are asking something and you're getting an answer which is 1 week old. That itself is a trust breaker, and the pilot will not move ahead after this, right? And another thing that I mentioned earlier was around governance and all. I
Mm-hmm.
clearly see I would say the governance. If I'm showing some data to someone who should not be able to see that via AI, that's a big problem. And I believe in all the pilots that happen. Initially, no one cares to put those governance guardrails uh, around who should see what and all. But then, obviously, without all these clean permissions and governance, the scaling would actually be very risky. Uh, so I think that's basically a lack of talent alignment is what I feel with the data would actually restrict the scaling of all these pilots.